Hey, hey, hey. Thank you. I've been practicing. Had a lot of practice over the last couple of weeks. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Happy Hour. Happy Monday. I am particularly excited about this episode because I have on a very special guest, my good friend, Miss Amanda Pinney. Amanda, how the heck are you?
I am great. I am doing very great. It's been an interesting few weeks, I would say, but I'm feeling good about life. I'm feeling very positive.
I love it. Your shirt is it screams positivity.
Oh my goodness. I realized recently that I only own floral prints. And it's pretty much my wardrobe is all sweaters for the fall and winter. And then it's everything floral.
And then floral prints.
I looked in my closet. I was like, oh my goodness, I just can wear a different flower every day. I'm like a garden, basically.
That's perfect. You've got it figured out as far as I'm concerned. It's actually so funny. I actually have that same shirt. I was going to wear it actually to this. So I'm really glad that I didn't.
I just love the little detail on the sleeves. And
it's just comfortable. It's very flowy too. Or just I can spin around in it.
I'm really disappointed that you didn't wear it.
And stuff. Well, maybe next time
we'll done who wore it better.
We'll coordinate.
Okay.
Yeah. I love it. Well, for those of the folks listening who don't know you, tell us a little bit about you and what you're up to.
Yeah. So I live permanently in Chicago. That's how I know Hayden. But I am currently quarantined with my family on the West Coast, and they live in Vancouver, Washington, not to be confused with Vancouver, Canada, which often is. So Vancouver, Washington is South Washington, really close to Portland, Oregon. So what have I been up to? I was recently let go from my job due to COVID, actually. So I have been job hunting, but aside from that, I'm supposed to be running my first marathon in October. And I'm not sure that's going to happen anymore. I mean, fingers crossed, because October is kind of far from now. But so I've been training. That's kind of what I've been doing. It's just running for fun and for, you're able to social distance when you run, which is great. But another thing I'm doing on the side is I'm actually training anyone who is interested in becoming a runner. They're just people who maybe they've always wanted to try running, but they just don't want to start, or they don't know how to start, or where to start. So I've come up with training plans for a few people. So that's just been a fun thing I've been doing on the side. And I'm hoping it gets people, outside so they can enjoy the fresh air. And, you're, like I said, social distancing is possible with running, which is so good. I don't know what I would do if not, honestly. And it's funny whenever I see people, because I run in my family's neighborhood. And so whenever I see people, I'm just I run far away from them.
Get away from me.
So when I look at my route afterwards, it's this huge zigzag of me dodging.
Avoiding all the people. I feel that. I totally get why you were I can't stay in Chicago, partly because of the lakefront closing. And I felt the exact same way. I was like, oh my God. That was the one thing. I was like, I had one thing and and now it's gone.
That was tough. It's funny. I had the thought too that they were going to close the trail. I remember I ran on it the day before they closed it, and it was crazy. It was so busy. There were people everywhere, and I had the thought, I was like, I feel like this isn't going to last. They're going to close this. And then soon enough, the next day, so I had my last run on the lakefront trail, and then they closed it. But yeah, most of the reason I came here was to be with family, but I have a studio in Chicago that's quite small. It's very nice, it's very cute, but not when it comes to being quarantined.
Getting some more space. I love that.
It's been nice to be here in the house.
Nice. So the question that I love to start this show off with, and for those of you watching, please feel free to also comment your answer to this question. Amanda, what is making you happy right now?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, okay. So I would say running, but I already talked a lot about running. So you know what? What's actually making me truly happy right now is food. And I feel like that's making a lot of people happy right now. But food has been kind of an outlet of creativity for me right now. So I've been cooking a lot more. So we kind of switch off in my family. My mom will cook one night, my dad will cook, my sister will cook, I will cook. So that's been actually really enjoyable for me, because normally I'm not a huge fan of cooking, I will admit. But I've kind of forced myself to look up new recipes and look up stuff, partially because my mom's like, you better cook, you better help cook. So, but it's actually so funny. We're like such dorks. We plan out our menu. So we have this like whiteboard and it has like Monday through Sunday, and we plan out the menu, and we also like pair. So we have like wine nights, like 3 nights a week usually. So we pair the wines with the food. So we literally
That's amazing.
Wine Wednesday, Fun Friday, and Sip Saturday. Those are our 3 wine nights. And and we change up the bottles of wine, like types of wine based on the cuisine. So like if we're having chicken or fish, we'll do like a white wine, or if we're doing like steak or, you know, pork or something, we'll do red. Or it's quite fun. But yeah, I'm the one who's in charge of the menu too. So I write out each week's menu, and then that's how my dad tries to only go to the store like once a week or once every 2 weeks. But so yes, that was a long answer, but the short answer is food is making me so happy because it's
so much to be
comforting.
Happy about.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm like, I need to hire you to teach me to run and also how to plan my meals for the week. It's like a double whammy. I love it. I think what's making me happy is so right before this, actually, I was like doing some more brainstorming. One of the things, so this shirt is from one of the events that I ran here in Chicago, and I love it. I love wearing it. And I've been looking at like creating more of it, like an actual store around it. And so I was like brainstorming some stuff that I would want to do, which I think is really fun now, you know, given that like, hey, if I was going to do some sort of like online store, a lot of it would just be like me creating the thing. And that's one of the other things that is making me happy, is having a lot more alone time to just like sit down and like write and like get my thoughts out and create things. So I'm like super excited about the potential of that. So that's fun. Yes. A very closely related follow-up question. What are you most grateful for today?
Grateful for? Oh, man. Let me think for a second. Okay. This is a really weird answer. Okay. So I live in Vancouver right now, and Vancouver is just like gorgeous, like all the flowers and everything, just like so many, like everything's in bloom. It's truly spring here, and the trees and the pollen is really bad, but you know, aside from that, the flowers and the trees are gorgeous. So I'm always just like so grateful when I go for runs for how like bright and beautiful everything is, and just running through just, you know, beautiful trees and flowers. But I was thinking today about how I'm actually grateful as much as, okay, I'm deathly afraid of bees. I cannot stand bees. Like they are so scary. And I have been chased by like 5 bumblebees just yesterday, basically on a run, like just 5 yesterday. So every day when I go out and run, I'm like chased by these bees. But I was thinking today, I was like, okay, these bees are great because I wouldn't be seeing all these gorgeous, beautiful flowers, and like it wouldn't be spring without bees pollinating. So today I'm grateful for bees.
I love that. Yes. Rose is on a very similar page. She says that fresh flowers are making her happy.
Yes.
Appreciate the heck out of that.
Yes.
Rose, thanks for sharing that. I think what's making me most grateful, I went to the see a physical therapist today. It's the first time I've ever done it. And I think why I'm grateful for it, one, and this might sound weird, but like, since I sort of like live alone, I live with one other roommate, but like I don't get touched very much. Like I don't get the opportunity to hug many people, and literally just like being physically touched by anybody is like, just makes my heart happy. So it was nice to like get taken care of in a sense. And she said that I have great ankle mobility, and I'm very appreciative of that too. So yes. I'm grateful for ankle mobility today.
I've never heard that. That's a really cool compliment to get.
Yeah.
Like you could maybe like be some sort of like trapeze art. You could like hang from your ankles, maybe.
I hadn't even thought about that, but you're so right.
Like a job for you. That was the instant thing that popped into my head, was like I pictured you like hanging from your ankles from like a trapeze.
There's a whole other career
and
business that I hadn't even considered. So thank you for that. I'm going to be brainstorming about ankle mobility businesses. We move on to one of my favorite parts of this show, which is a random question of the day. Amanda, are you ready for your random question of the day?
I am so ready.
Okay, Amanda, I'm generating your random question now. Amanda, what's your close call story?
Oh, close call. Okay, I guess you could take this like multiple ways, but my instant thought was like a dangerous situation. I was visiting Austin. I used to go to school in Oklahoma, at University of Oklahoma, and I was visiting Austin one weekend, and this was like years ago. And there was going to be like a rare like snowstorm, like blizzard that was going to hit Oklahoma, and I knew that was going to happen, and I didn't. I just ignored the weather, and I was like, "It's fine. I'm still just going to drive back to Oklahoma." I should have stayed another night in Austin, but instead, I decided to drive back. So it's about a 5.5 hour, almost 6 hour drive from Austin to Norman, Oklahoma. So I was fine for like half of the drive, and then it starts snowing as I have like maybe 2 hours left. It was really peaceful and pretty for a while. But I had a really tiny car, and tires were not prepared for that. I have never driven in snow in my life. That was like one of the first times I'd even seen like snow, and it was still kind of light to be. It wasn't even real. Like people in Chicago would look at that and be like, "Wow, that's hilarious." But anyway, so I was actually super lucky because I was able to kind of slow down and just follow the cars. Like everything was really dark and frozen, and it was just really scary. But I was able to kind of just like use the lights in front of me to guide myself most of the way home. And I was literally, I kid you not, 2 minutes away from my apartment. And I'm trying to make this turn, and I spun out, and my brake locked up, and my car stopped like in the middle of this intersection, and this huge truck was coming straight for me. And I don't know what happened, but like my brake was locked, so I couldn't move. The steering wheel was locked too. And the truck was able to swerve around me, and they actually went into a ditch, and they were able to come out because they were like a 4-wheel drive, so they were fine. So, but yeah, and then all of a sudden, like my brake locked up, and I was able to just drive.
Did I lose you? Did we lose me?
So
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. It says
I lost myself there for a second. It's okay. Well, that's a crazy story, and I'm very glad that was a close call and nothing happened. That would have been bad news. That's
the only thing I can really think of that was like could have been dangerous, but was not.
I had not a similar, maybe somewhat similar story. I was driving to Pennsylvania with my family, and it started raining like the hardest that I have literally ever been in a car, and it's raining at that point, and we're on the highway, and we start hydroplaning. And so literally the car is like going forward, and it starts to turn, and it turns backwards, and it slams into the median. And down the median, and we stop, and like the trunk flew open, all of our bags and stuff flew out like all over the highway. And like it was like as soon as we hit the median, I knew it was going to be okay. But the part that freaked me out the most was we are sitting against the median, and there's still oncoming traffic, and the window shield is fogging up. And so the only thing that I can see is like headlights coming towards us. And I was like, it could very well be that someone else could hydroplane and like smash into our car, and like it would be, super duper bad. But it ended up being okay, and the car was drivable. So we drove the rest of the way.
Oh my God.
And we drove home from Pennsylvania to Ohio, and the car was fine. And it actually worked out perfectly. It was totaled. My mom took it into the shop, and it was totally totaled. So she got more money back than the car was worth and bought a new car. So it kind of worked out. You know what I mean?
That was so scary.
We almost died. So
I can't believe you guys drove back. I would just be
crazy. We were shaking. It was very, very scary. I love it. So the next game that we're playing, and I'm so excited for this. So it's called Weirdly Specific Would You Rathers. And basically I created some would you rather questions based on what I know about Amanda. So we're just going to go through these and we'll see what happens. So Amanda, the first prompt is, would you rather people interpret your niceness as meanness, and vice versa, meaning that if you were mean to people, they would think it was nice, or the only expression that you can make is frowning?
Oh no. This is particularly mean because you know me. Oh my goodness. I feel like, okay. What even is a frown? Maybe I just don't like, can I even do it?
Upset. Your best attempt at a frown. That's what we'll say.
So I look like
looking angry with people.
Cat, like, or something. Okay. I guess it would be the only expression I can make is a frown, which is just weird to me because I feel like I don't even know what a frown looks like. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I would pick because I'd have a really hard time with the first one. Because
you'd have to totally switch up your whole personality.
Yeah. Well, I feel like I have a hard time being mean. I'm really not a very sarcastic person, or I feel like I don't often come across as mean. So I think that would be really tough for me.
I feel you.
So yeah, we're gonna go with the frowning, definitely.
I totally get that.
Even though my friend is so weird.
Frowning is more difficult. From science tells me that it takes more muscles in your face to frown than it does to smile. So
smiling feels so easy.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why I don't know.
Well, I think we're both in good company when it comes to how often we smile. So
it's a really, really good frown. And that's what I'm gonna start doing. It's just another
Rose says she just tried it too. It didn't work out. It takes practice. Okay. That's what I will say about that.
A quarantine activity for me. I'll work on my frown.
Nice. That's a quarantine activity.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So your next would you rather, Amanda, is would you rather have it so that you can never read another book ever again, or you can't write anything ever again?
Oh, these are brutal. These are really brutal. Oh man. Okay. So for anyone who knows me, I'm an avid reader. I love to read, but I also love to write, which kind of, I guess they go hand in hand. This is really hard, but you know what? I think I can believe I'm gonna say this. I think that it would be that I can't write anything ever again that I choose, just because reading is, I love to read. I can't imagine not being able to read. That's definitely what I've done the most, being quarantined, because it's such a perfect activity for that. But as much as I love to write, I know I couldn't do it. I couldn't not have to read anything ever again. I love my books too much. So, that's really hard though. That's really hard to think about, because now I have to think about, like, you'd be reading all these wonderful books. I'd be reading all these wonderful books, and I'd be thinking, like, I'd have all these ideas for writing, and I would be able to
can't write them down. Closely related follow-up question: if you were on a desert island and you could only have one book with you, what would it be?
Oh, this is such a cliche answer, but I'm such a Harry Potter nerd that it would be Harry Potter, because that is the one book I've read the most times, and every time I read it, I don't get sick of it. So I feel like that's what I would choose, just because I know I have already read it quite a bit, but I know I wouldn't get sick of it. And it's such a comforting story that if I'm alone on the island, I'll just, like, I feel like I just start talking to, like, all the characters. It would just be the whole thing. So
which book of the Harry Potter series?
Oh, wait, that's not fair. You know what? Probably the fourth book, The Goblet of Fire, because that's one of the longest, so it would entertain me for a good portion of time, and it's probably one of my favorites. So yeah, the Goblet of Fire.
Nice. Amazing. The last would you rather is, Amanda, would you rather that you can only run in place, or you have 10% lung capacity for the rest of your life?
Oh my gosh. Oh no. So basically, if I choose the first one, I'm still able to run, but
place.
I still have, like, full. And then, okay, you know what? I'm gonna go with the risky one. I'm gonna choose 10% lung capacity, and my runs are just gonna be super short, even if it's just, like, from my mailbox to, like, another mailbox. If that's as much as I can do, it's still feel like I went a slight distance versus, like, running in place. So yeah, we're gonna go with the 10% lung capacity.
I feel that. Nice. It was originally 25% lung capacity, and then I was like, that's too much. I need to lower that.
Man, run from the mailbox to the mailbox, pass out instantly.
And that's it. You'd be done. Oh, nice work.
Those are tough.
Nice work. Yes. Weirdly specific, as if I knew you. We are at the second to last part of this show, which is the quote of the day. And the quote of the day today is from Amanda. She shared this quote with me, and it says, "We accept the love we think we deserve," by Stephen Chbosky. Kahabosky. I don't know how you say it.
I think it's Chbosky. You got it right.
Okay. Yes. What resonated with you about that quote?
So this is from one of my favorite books, The Perks of Being a Wallflower. I just think it speaks a lot to even self-love, which is kind of a lot of what the book's about in a way. So we accept the love we think we deserve. I think that definitely applies to other humans, but I think more than anything, at least for me, how it resonates with me is it applies to yourself, So it's like if you're giving yourself a lot of love, like you're showing yourself a lot of self-love and you're accepting that, then that's, a good thing versus I feel like if you're in more of a negative space and you're not showing yourself self-love, you don't think you deserve it. So you're not accepting it. You're not taking it. But when you think you deserve it, you're giving yourself more, if that makes sense.
Totally.
So.
Well, it's like the thing I hear in that is it starts with you.
Yeah.
Like it actually starts with, first and foremost, your relationship with yourself and what you think that you deserve, because that's ultimately not something that anybody can tell you. You have to decide what you think you're worthy of and what you think you deserve. And as that shifts, then the outside relationships that you have with people will shift as a result. I was sharing with you before we started recording, it's been the exact same thing. I've noticed it like literally everywhere, like in relationships, in my business, with my clients. Like if I've been sort of operating under this guise that I don't really deserve the things that I want. And so that's the results that I've created. I don't get the things that I want because I don't think that I'm worthy of it. So it's cool to like be in a place of recognizing that and like now being able to like practice something different and have it go differently. But it all starts with you.
Definitely.
Love it. Well, Amanda, do you have any parting words for the folks listening? Any words of wisdom, gems?
I guess I just want to tell everyone to, hang in there. I know it's kind of been a roller coaster of a year for sure. But I guess what I really just want to emphasize is if you can get outside, then do that, because it will just do wonders for your mental health, your physical health, just the fresh air. And of course, like keeping social distancing rules in mind. But I truly don't know what I would do without my daily runs, just like running each day. It's a chance to just be outside no matter the weather. Like I ran in partial rain today and, sunshine another day, cloudy another day. It's just, it allows you to kind of be outside in the world and just not to feel like you're so cooped up, even if, we are technically. But yeah, so I guess that's what I would say is if you can, and if it's safe, get outside and just enjoy the fresh air, because it really makes a huge difference right now. So
important.
So important.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being on and answering those weirdly specific would you rathers.
I'm going to be thinking about those now for a while because I feel like I'm going to want to change my answer. I'm going to be like, oh no, maybe this would have been better. I'm going to be running tomorrow and I'm going to think about 10% lungs. I'm going to like start to die inside.
Well, keep me in the loop. Let me know.
Okay, I'm going to change my answer.
I love it. Appreciate having you on. Everyone watching, thanks so much for watching.
So
I'll see you on Friday. Bye.